Good day, I'm Dr. Evony Lambito Alisa Devesa, and now we will focus on relationships. I know relationship matters, and it matters especially to our physical and mental health, to the total well-being of a person. Because if you don't have a healthy relationship, your body, your mind, and the whole thing will actually be stressful and toxic. It affects your overall health. Okay, so we will be discussing if the person is actually best for you. Is your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband and wife, family oriented? Because it is important because why? It is important because you will know how that person handles relationships within the family. Because someday, if you're gonna have a family or in your current family, he or she will handle it well. If he or she has a family-oriented view about relationships and he focuses on priorities within the family and prioritize you as well. Okay, so it's very important if your partner is family oriented. Okay, family is the basic unit of society. So what happens in the family affects the society. So whatever happens within the family of that person will actually affect your relationship. Is that person best for you? If he does or she does what he or she says, and he or she is consistent on what she says or he says. Okay, why is it important? Because if the person walk the talk, you have less frustrations, because we also have our expectations within the relationship. If we have to expect better from the relationship, we have to see the consistency. Okay, consistency is important, especially that we are actually expecting in a relationship. So if we are expecting because someone promised us that he or she will do this or he or she will give this, then we will have less frustrations if that person is firm to his or her own decisions. So firmness and consistency is important to have the best person for you. Is he really, if for those who are not married and you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, is he or she single? Single. He or she is not married, of course. Um, a word of someone that he or she is single is not, must be consistent with the present situation. So you must also know if that is true, especially if you go to family gatherings, gatherings of friends, most especially gatherings of the family. You can see inconsistencies of the information if he or she is really single. Okay, that person must also be consistent. If that person is really single and you are not prioritized, and there are a lot of things that is prioritized, except if the family is prioritized, it's okay. But what if that person is inconsistent, and then it actually makes you think if he or she is really single? Okay, so take note of it, make a background of that person. Okay, having no wedding rings doesn't mean that person is single. Okay, there are a lot of people who are actually manipulated and being those person are being dishonest with you with regards to their current status, especially if you're not that meticulous enough to check if what he or she really says is true. If you don't want to be lied to, please watch my video, not to be lied to again. Okay, I prepared that for those who are actually struggling with their relationships. Is that person really the best person for you? If he wants to know you better and make it slowly but surely, that person can first make friends with you with a good intention to know you better. But it is like slowly but surely, not just in one meeting you are already on, or your girlfriend, boyfriend already in the next meeting. That is too fast. You don't know that person very well. Okay, so always think of if you are really assured of that person, if he or she is really telling the truth, being consistent, family oriented. Okay, remember that. So go things slowly but surely. Okay, that person will be best for you if he makes time for you. He prioritizes you. Okay, there are a lot of busy people that can still make time. There are a lot actually of successful professionals, business people who still can have time for their family and loved ones. So question if the person is always busy and doesn't make time for you. Unless if that person is really busy with the profession, like for example, a lot of professions that are very time consuming, like for example, me as a doctor, there are a lot of specializations that actually is very time consuming and can use all of your 24 hours in a day, like for example surgery, other operative specializations that like OB/GYN and other specializations that they are actually on call for 24 hours, especially during emergencies. Okay, other professions can also be that busy, but you have to know if that person is really busy and that person has consistency with the work, with the relationship. Okay, okay, that person is the best for you if he or she is physically present. Okay, there are a lot of long distance relationships that actually that are actually successful, but in a relationship that grows, presence is important. So is that person physically present with you? Is that person emotionally stable? A lot of bachelors and bachelorettes who are having issues with this emotional stability, and they are not actually emotionally available for you. So emotional stability is very important in order for one to commit and be committed in a relationship. So if he or she is not emotionally stable, he or she cannot be committed in a relationship, in a healthy, happy relationship. That person would not be available even after 10 years in a relationship. That person is not even available in order to commit with you and be married to you. Okay, if he or she is not emotionally stable, and you are not even the priority if that person is not emotionally stable. Best person for you doesn't monitor you every time of the day, every hour, every minute of the day, and he or she trusts you. Okay, that person is not paranoid and doesn't always ask where will you go, who are with you, din ka makadto, sino yung mopod, can you text me the venue or the location, can you text me the names of those persons who are with you. So, sino na sila? Okay, kilala ko na. Okay, there are a lot of questions. And that is actually annoying. Okay, if you trust the person and that person is also trustworthy, he or she doesn't need to monitor you. Okay, you have that sense of having your own time for yourself. Okay, that person is best for you. That person is best for you loves you unselfishly. So he or she thinks for the betterment of your own life, not just for the selfish things that he or she wants. Okay, that person thinks what will be best for love, for babe, for honey, for like for my husband, what would be best for me, what's my own goals in life, my aspirations, what do I want in a relationship, something like You always think of the person, not just yourself, okay? You think what would be best for the relationship and what will not be best for the relationship. You avoid that. Lastly, the best person for you must also have moral standards. Why? Because if you don't have standard, it's like if you don't have that qualifications for a partner in life, you just feel choosing a person who is available in your own convenience. Okay, you don't have that. It's not that picky. I mean, you have standards like that person must be responsible. That person must be um, trustworthy, respectful, loving. He is not violent. That person respects me. That person is not doing green jokes. Like for me, I don't want green jokes. I mean, you know what are the things that you don't like. It's really important because it's like a guide. It's something like if you're in school or when you're at work, you have a guide. What task you should finish in order for you to pass a project, to pass anything that the employer or your teacher wants. So you follow a guidelines, okay? That's also applicable in a relationship. You also have a guidelines. If that person also doesn't have a moral code, you don't have a guidelines in order what kind of a relationship you will have.